meiner Mutter.
Check.
Oh, wenige.
Mm.
Ja, was? Oh, in a
Good
chase.
morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match of ACES Tournament 22 second edition between Harpia and 343. Thanks for waiting. We were preparing, teams were gathering, they were starting the server, lots of pre-match administration stuff to do. We are starting a little bit later than expected. I hope you hear me well. And here with me together in the virtual studio, commentating for you, Alpha Whiskey.
Hello, thank you. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's actually been a while. It's gonna be intense today. So yeah, you better not miss this one.
Indeed. We were not having any ACES matches in the last 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten that. That was Christmas time. Other issues, team were busy. It is important to take care of family and friends in that specific time of the year. And then now we are back in the old power to see and compete in a new match. It is a hot match. Two great teams. Harpia from Brazil is flying versus 343KU, or better say the Japanese naval group. Two good, skillful and very powerful teams. I probably would like to see maybe both of them in the final match, but today we need to say goodbye to one of those teams because we are not in the group phases anymore. We are in the knockout phase, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Good. So while teams are getting ready, we are having here the Harpia. What you're seeing, they're gonna fly with F-16, I think, so far as I can say. Let me check on them. So yes, we have F-16s and F-18s mix of. So as far as I can see here, there are at least 4 F-16s and 1 F-18. And on the other side, we have the T-43KU. So far, they have 3 F-18s and 2 F-16s, so they're waiting for the 6th guy to join. Well, we're going to fly today. This is on the red side. We have Sukumi, where they take off from, and on the other side we have here Tbilisi, where Harpia is getting started. Here we have a separation of, let me tell you, get that here and just see how far we are going. This is about 92 nautical miles between the airport and the bullseye. So long distance to fly. Here's a little bit terrain, not very flat, not very high. You can hide and you can also take the advantage of those terrain for yourself. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of rain. It's not getting, it's not making a big trouble. This is the ATO4, and we have the expert here of all the ATOs, Alpha Whiskey. What do we expect in this? 6v6 is clear. Is it going to be an air-to-air, or is it a mix of air-to-air and air-to-ground, what we have here?
It's solely air-to-air ATO4, and it's pretty much like the classic air-to-air formats that we've seen in the tournaments in the last couple of years. They can take, I guess, ATO4. It's unlimited loadout, which is pretty similar to what we had in SATEL last year.
Yeah.
They can take as many AMRAMs as they can. They can take as many Fox 1s, Fox 2, Fox 3s as much as they want. They just can't take 9Xs, and they just can't take nukes. And they can't also take air-to-ground weapons.
Okay. Are you still with us?
Oh, sorry, I clicked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a cutoff. Yeah, so no nukes for sure. No M9X. And air-to-ground weapons also won't make sense, right? Because it's pure air-to-air, pure 6v6, unlimited. But they can take TGPs with them, targeting pods. They can take also ECM pods with them. The only restriction here is the F-14, I think. It's not allowed to, let's say, use the ECM. The ECM is allowed for all other airframes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and we have
the
AVAX.
F-14 is totally banned.
And we have AVAX today, so which is making it a little bit easier for the teams to find themselves. They're all NATO aircrafts. They can share link 16 data link, and it helps them a little bit where the site is getting a little bit fuggy or unpleasant. Don't ask me why we don't see Harpia's beautiful skins. I know that I have downloaded them, and I know that I have installed them. At least during the last match, we were seeing that. Okay, now the secret is unveiled. The 6th airframe from Harpia side is going to be in Tomcat. Surprises me. It's a big surprise.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. Same.
These guys gonna have no data link issues. They're very good pilots. They're skillful. They have such a good SA. I don't think it's a problem there, but Tomcat is a pain at the moment.
Yeah, the data link is not going to be that much of a problem. What I'm afraid is going to be a little bit problematic is the Phoenix. What are they going to do exactly with the with the Phoenix we already have in our hands?
Yeah.
It's not really effective.
I know a lot of teams, mine included, they're not flying Tomcat anymore, just because it is not what it used to be. And I don't want to say it is, let's say, exactly what it is in the reality in the past, but it's also not that what we have at the moment for sure. The Phoenix performance is, scary bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Harpia, I apologize if there are skins that I can see. Please, if anybody from Harpia is in the chat, drop me a line. Let me know. I'm going to check it between the 2 rounds. So hopefully we're going to have your skins for the next round.
Okay, good. So let's take a look at loadouts. Make sure no one's taking 9Xs.
It's kind of pretty much early now in Brazil. I think there's 6 hours or 5-6 hours behind us. So it's gonna be probably after breakfast time. So these guys are getting up and coming into the stream. Welcome. Good morning, Brazil. And it's gonna be a very late time, I think, also in Japan. So actually, two sides of the world are playing against each other. This is DCS. Okay, we're reading the chat. One Airbus is there.
Okay, I guess both teams are on the runway, so let's ask if they're good to go.
Yeah, maybe ask them if they're good to go. And again, please write in the chat, guys, if the game sound is okay, if microphone sound is okay. If you hear Alpha Whiskey well, so please give us a feedback, and I appreciate that. So Alpha Whiskey is kindly doing the Airbus today, has done the deep pre-briefing or briefing for the match with the two teams, and is making sure that the armaments are okay. So as far as we don't have any restriction today for the air-to-air missiles, they can take whatever they want, and as many as one. The only things we need to make sure they don't take any nukes with them, and they're good to go, or any air-to-ground weapons. So easy job today from the armament part for Alpha Whiskey, but we need to make sure that the teams are familiar with the rules, they are experienced, they have been flying through the group stage, so they are pretty much aware of what they need to do. So let's grab the first two ship. On the blue side, we're gonna concentrate ourselves on the blue side, just because these guys are gonna collect points this way, and next round we're gonna do the same to the other side. So here we go. So 343 is still not ready. They write in the chat. So I take the opportunity and explain a little bit of ACES tournament to the ones who are new to this stream. Don't know what DCS is, don't know what ACES is. ACES is a tournament happening 2 times a year. And this is Digital Combat Simulator, what you're watching. For me, the best milsim that you can fly at the moment, and there are several aircrafts there, different airframes from different countries. You fly in the DCS world environment, and this is a competitive series of matches. That's called ACES. The difference is the most of tournaments happening for DCS as a kind of league or tournaments. You are going to have air-to-air tasks. In here we have air-to-ground tasks scenarios. But there are also exceptions like this, where we have only air-to-air tasks in this air task order today. So these teams are going to fly against each other. 2 rounds. The one who has the most points gonna move to the final, and the other one probably need to say goodbye to the tournament. We have been going through the first group stages, and these 4 teams, which of them, 2 of them you see today here, 243 and Harpia, have just reached the
something went wrong. Holy shit.
Oh, no way. No. Is he allowed to
Yeah, I guess he can't
get
say
another
so.
airframe?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
yeah, he
airframe
can.
is Oh, okay, he disconnected. Airframe was not damaged, but you never know, right? You never know what it is. So better get another one. And yeah. Okay, cool.
It's unexpected.
Yeah, pretty much annoying. I think we have wind there. We have wind. Lucy, you see the other F-16 is also tending to just drift to the right side. You see all of them are drifting to the right side. We have wind here, guys. We have rainy weather. We have wind. And it is not easy. If you see and you think it is easy, you're probably wrong. The pilots you see today in this match are crème de la crème. The best of the best. And you see, even in that case, it's going to be very difficult. F-16 is the multi-weather, all-weather airframe. But you see a little bit of turbulence, a little bit of side wind while taking off, making it hard. You see it better probably if you were in the cockpit and see from the pilot side, you see how dark and how ugly everything is going to be. Look at that. Look at that. This is the pilot sees till they're getting over the clouds. So let's have a look to the map. So at the moment we have only 5 people from Harpia in the air. We have red, we have golden, okay, 2 colors. Gentlemen, we're flying very close to red, probably gonna take over and go into the lead. And then Pigeon and Katsu with F-14 as the last guy, and now Derby also makes to start from Tbilisi. Okay, I don't recognize the formation. These guys are going to probably build the formation. But from this side, we have also, change the satellite to give you a better resolution here. Papa No, Web Boy, Starry Fox 9, the famous Starry Fox 9, and we have Sune Cocoon 21, Unamusuki, and Vita. Hard to predict, Alpha.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to predict, especially with what went wrong with Harpia's takeoff. Harpia is actually back in the air, and from what I can see here, it doesn't look like much of a problem for them at the moment. But yeah, we actually need to wait and see. But 343 looks a little bit more disciplined at the moment.
343 is very disciplined. They're very precise and very disciplined, and they have a good SA. But Harpia is also not very easy. I mean, this is for me one of the finals, definitely. Not a semi-final match.
Let's not forget.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's not forget that Harpia has won 2 titles in the last year's SATL. So
yeah. I wish we could show the skins, because they have also those markings on their airframes of the tournaments that they have won. They have been on top of JTAG League, SATL, TACT everywhere. So very strong team. We have been doing very, very difficult versus 343 in SATL in the Platinum match. Was it Platinum, or what is the highest SATL? Yeah.
It was Diamond.
Diamond, exactly, not Platinum, sorry. So in the Diamond League, we were together with 343. Yeah, it's always difficult to fly versus these guys. So we're happy if we can take them down. Any of them take down. It's not easy to just win the round versus these teams, any of them. And So I expect very, very long round. It's not gonna be very, very fast, but once one or two has fallen, then it's gonna go fast. So hopefully we get the TAC views after the round. I tried to connect to the server to see if the real-time telemetry is working, but probably it's not. So I don't have the opportunity to show you in live. But if we get that right after the round, then we can show you also the scenes that we have potentially passed or missed during the break, because lots gonna happen and we are not able to catch everything in real time. So here we see two elements of three, right? Unamusuki, Sunaku-kun, and the other one is let me check. Bolt are following the other three guys, and here on the Harpia side, let's see what we have. We have actually, for me, just because of the delay Derby had, probably should be I don't know, 3 2-ships, but we have now 1 2-ship here, 1 2-ship here, and 2 single fighters in front and left side. Let's see how it works for them. Let's pick one of them, go for the red side, and we're gonna get the F-18s, the beautiful F-18s. What do you think, guys? The chat. Who's gonna win? Or for whom are you? Is 343 win the winner, or is it the Harpia who is gonna win the match today? Consider it is 2 rounds match. There is another match, another round after this. Different ATO. The first ATO, which is the ATO 4, is chosen by Harpia, which is the blue team this round, and the next round is going to be 343 flying in blue side, and they have decided to fly ATO 6. And ATO 6 is a night scenario, correct?
Yeah, that is.
Hard to stream. Hard to stream. We're gonna be most of time probably on map. Try to play with the gamma a little bit to capture also a couple of scenes. But look at that weapon truck. Look at those weapon trucks. Okay, here we see Whip Boy decided to take tanks instead of the missiles and those pylons. But we see here, for example, Starry Fox 9 is flying only with center tank, but look at that. Look at this. Ten AIM 120 Charlies and 2 AIM 9 Mikes probably. Unbelievable. Okay, the first shot of the Phoenixes are dropping down. So we had long shots, we missed them. The Phoenix has no juice. I mean, the Phoenix is still working quite well from the kinetic energy when it's got fired from long and flies high, but you see how bad it tracks. It goes down on the target, sees the target, but all of a sudden decides to pull the nose up and get away. And these are 54C, or Charlie's Mark 47. Take the other one, see how it is doing. Exactly the same phenomena. Tracks, goes into the terminal phase, and then all of a sudden decides to pull the nose up and go satellite. It's sad. It's really sad. What I see here, we have one loss here. One casualty or disconnect. Oh. Yeah. We just lost one JF-17 to one of those Phoenixes. Unbelievable. And here, Vita is also not moving, so probably has also disconnect. It's really a shame. It's a shame. So we have 120 off the trail from Derby in F-16, flying towards Papano, also in F-16, who is also firing back. This shot is probably not going anywhere, but I hope not. Okay. And the other one is probably also not very dangerous because both of these pilots are cold. So we have here a 6 versus 4. We had the delay here probably from... No, the Vita is definitely disconnected. So one casualty is on the red side, one disconnect. And this is... yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. It puts the red side in a very, very bad situation. So what Harpia is doing here, they're confident, and I'm also missing one of Harpia's guys, so probably we had also a kill here. You see how fast everything happening, but they're going for a wall, and Katsu in F-14 typically stays high, typically stays behind, and try to just do what Tomcat does best. Here, Unamusuki with 120 on red. Let's see what this missile is doing. The weather is bad. We don't see the aircraft, but we see the missile and see if connects. Come on. Oh, what was that? Yeah, putting some G's, and the missile is not having juice.
That was close though.
Yeah, that was close. I thought you're not with me anymore. Did you see we had a disconnect when we had a kill here that we didn't see, but we unfortunately had also a disconnect. And here, look at that. Look at that here. They made to turn a 4v6 into a 4v4, and here they cut another blue side, and Derby is also here having trouble. Derby is in trouble.
Oh,
yes.
Derby's out too.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Guys, these guys made to turn a 4v6 situation into 4v2 situation. Unbelievable. And now, Starry Fox 9 flying directly into the missile. He finds out, the RWR tells him, hey, here, you got a threat. You need to do something. He goes right. He goes into cold and fires a missile at the same time. He knows that this missile is not doing anything, but makes red into, or brings him or force him into a defensive position, and also make sure that Starry Fox now has time to go and rejoin with the other guys. These guys are in outnumbered. The other side, these guys had too many missiles because they know they have F-18s. The other side is F-16s mostly. So this way they are not saving any missiles. And here this one is going for Tomcat. It probably reaches out and touches Tomcat badly. It doesn't look good. Simply doesn't look good.
Oh, the turntables.
And
what happened?
He went to the ground, I would say. Red flew into the ground, touched the trees.
Yeah, the trees take casualty.
Unbelievable. I didn't count with that. I didn't expect a round like this. I expected a longer round where the teams are more patient, feel each other, go into chainsaw, but it was clear. You have 4 F-18s, they're fully loaded. You take advantage of missiles, at the end, it has just paid out. Oh my goodness.
So we can go for a restart because red side doesn't actually have to RTB. They're just there to.
They need to
oppose
RTB.
the side.
They don't need to RTB, the red
They
side.
don't need to. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
need
exactly. They don't need to because they don't collect those points. Let me check what points they can get take here. So from the ATO2, we have a formation takeoff, and probably they have collected that. The Airbus needs to decide if they get the 5 score points or the takeoff information, which means lifting off within 2 seconds with at least 2 airframes. And then you get 15 points for every single kill that you can have, and you lose 5 points for every friendly loss. So in that case, they didn't had all 6 kills, but they had also hitting the ground, sea, or overstress, or fratricide. These are also minus 5 points. That when happens to you, you lose. There is a bonus for the blue side, which landing at home base with minimum 1 aircraft. They don't get that 5 points because there is no red remaining. Blue remaining, and red is not forced to RTB. So this way, we're gonna have a server restart. Guys, I send you to a short break. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us, and we're gonna come back with the second round in the ATO6 between 343 KU and Harpia. Enjoy.
Affirmative, Top Gun 556, fly heading 040, maintain 16,000, report field in sight.
So welcome back, guys. Thanks for waiting. We made to restart the server and the mission and run the AT06 for you guys. This scenario is gonna happen in the night. I have just pulled up the gamma to maximum for you to see as much as possible, even though it is a night time. The good thing is that those things have AVAX and can take the advantage of a better SA than being flying blind in the night. I hope we see a better start from Harpia, that they don't need to go on to plan B and wait for any guys to catch up, and hopefully we also not seeing disconnects from our Japanese friends. It's been also happening in the past in the Satan matches. They are very, very far away from the servers in the European Union or somewhere else, and this makes a bit of trouble. We hope that we don't see any disconnects this time. So what you're seeing is a blue team. This time at 343 is blue. That's why we're focusing on them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 F-18s, 1 F-16, and 1 JF-17. So perfectly same combination of airframes as the first round. And then we have here, let's move to the red side just for the sake of demonstration. And here we have again the F-14 or F-16 I see here. Two are still on the ramp, two are taxiing, and here on the runway we have also an F-18. So here we have also a combination of different NATO aircrafts. So this is Fujairah. It is on the eastern side of United Arab Emirates, if I'm not wrong. Fujairah is still United Arab Emirates, I believe. Yeah, it's not Oman. And we have here Liva Air Force Base in the United Arab Emirates in the south part of Persian Gulf and Strait of Hormuz. So we just move the compass rose somewhere else, and let's see if satellite is better. Tell me what you prefer. Map is not probably the best overlay here. Shall I stay with the alternative or shall I change to SAT? So what the Airbus is doing at the moment is checking the weapons. Why? Because the weapons are a bit different than the first round. This time we have limitation, and that limitation is, let me tell you, in this ATO, the NATO aircrafts F-16, F-18, and F-15 are allowed to maximum load 4 times AMRAAM 120 Charlies and 2 times AIM-9 Mikes, or 2 times AIM-7 Sparrows, plus tanks, chaff and flare, and so on. JF-17 is allowed to carry 4 SD-10s and 2 PL-5s. F-14 can take maximum 4 Phoenixes of any type, 2 AIM-7s, 2 AIM-9s, Mikes for sure. And we don't have any other kind of aircrafts on this side. So this is the limitation what we have. With regards to the points and the scores they can collect. Formation takeoff, as always, has got points. This time also 5 score points. Any air-to-air kill plus 15, but every friendly loss now costs them 10 negative points and not 5 negative points. Landing with minimum 1 aircraft at home base for blue team is 5 points with no go round. They shouldn't go around. This is night. They need to go and land directly. And a bonus is gonna be a formation landing at home base with minimum 2 airships, and it means that they need to touch down within 2 seconds after each other. The penalties are fratricide for friendly kills and hitting the ground scene over stress with -5 points. And let's see how Harpia is doing. This time to spit in the soup of 343. Okay. Alpha Whiskey is unfortunately not with us this round. He needed to take care of some other stuff. He's going to do the Airbus and make sure that the armaments are okay, and then gives the team a go, and then leave us. Thanks, Alpha Whiskey, for being with us today and share with us your expertise. Alpha Whiskey has been flying this tournament in the past and is very well familiar with the rules and regulations. So, here are 6 blue aircrafts in Leva Air Force Base, sorry, and they're all on the runway. And we have here how many ready? 5 ready. The 6th guy, Derby, is starting the F-16 on his side in Fujairah International Airport. The distance this time is by far shorter. Let me tell you. We have here kind of 82 nautical miles between the airport and the bullseye. So about 10 miles shorter. Not much. I thought it's much shorter, but it's not. It's only 10. The difference is you don't actually have any terrains here. So here's flat, and it's actually sea level, but it's nighttime. The good thing is when you're flying in the night and you are in the mountains, it is very difficult to fly because the radar altitude and the barometric altitude are different. Here, whatever your radar altitude shows is very close to your barometric altitude, so you can set your warnings, the altitude warning, so aircraft will warn you when you get close to the ground from certain threshold that you have set, and you can fly a little bit more peace of mind. But nevertheless, flying in the night is very, very hard. So Harpia loads out is valid. Alpha Whiskey is typing in the chat, and 343 loadout is also valid. So nothing hinders us. We see Derby is also joining the gang. So this way we can count with go at any time. So let's go to Leva and concentrate ourselves on the first takeoff element, which are Whip Boy and Star Fox 9. We're waiting for go, go, go still. I read in one of the latest release notes that Eagle Dynamics has done things to the lights in Persian Gulf map. I think live lighting or something like that is also planned. I'm not sure. But you see here how it looks like at the moment in Persian Gulf map in the night. One more important information about the engagement bubble is that the engagement bubble has a diameter of 80 nautical mile. So let's say 40 nautical mile or 42 nautical mile you need to fly till you enter the bubble. And the difference here is, in comparison to maybe some other tournaments, that shots from or to inside and outside the bubble for both forces are permitted. So you can fire missiles out from outside the bubble to inside the bubble and vice versa. Oh, Derby disconnected, I believe. Both teams are far away from the server in Europe. So I believe this is maybe one case that we are having, but what should we do? I mean, the server is quite central to just balance it between teams from American continent and Southeast Asia. So we need to wait for Derby to come back. Fortunately, the F-16s are hot on the ground, and the process of taxiing is also a short one because the ramp is very close to the runway, and loading out is also not a matter of issue. But I would probably okay, Alpha Whiskey has just done that. Let the blue side know that Derby has disconnected. It is fair because while these jets are waiting on the runway, they consume fuel, and every single drop of fuel can be match deciding, and this way they have the opportunity to refuel and make sure that they are taking off in a full fuel position. Yeah, because of the gamma that I have chosen, it's not really pleasant to look into the lights. The map, I have just said, someone's asking in the chat if somebody can tell what this map is. This is the Persian Gulf map, and we are in the southern part of the Persian Gulf, and it's going to be flown between Liva Air Force Base and Fujairah International. Yeah, indeed. Fruitcake writes Harpia crushed it. 2 pilots down and still pull it off. Incredible. Yes, it is. I have the chance and privilege to fly versus Harpia. I know how hard these guys are and how good they are. I think it is difficult. But the other side, I also need to give credit to 343. They had one disconnect, and then they were in a 4v6 situation, and then just lost one pilot and took the other side down. Kudos to both teams, very good teams. They're very hard to fly versus or against, and there are things internally we don't know, right? Happened to me also, that I took off, something was not working, especially in Tomcat it was the case. Either the TID were not turning on, or radar were off all of a sudden. Especially in the early days of Tomcat, we had issues. With F-16, we had also a couple of weeks ago issues with RWR and data link, and still have some issues. So you never know what happens. You just pull G with Tomcat and you jam your landing flaps and so on and so forth. So these are some internals that we don't know. We just see and watch everything from outside. It's also good to interview the pilots. I don't know if any of the teams are willing to just join and talk to us and explain us a little bit. Maybe we're planning for the next streams next season that we invite the pilots to just tell us what's happened internally, because we don't know everything. We're just seeing everything from outside as outsider, and what we see is that, and at the end, I give kudos to both teams. Both did a very good job. Even though it is kind of live stream, we have 60 seconds of delays. This is just because we want to be fair and make sure that nobody is watching the live stream while flying and take advantage of that. So what you see and what you hear is 60 seconds delayed. It seems that teams are ready now, and we can count with Okay, here we go. Levi Air Force Base, sorry, and Harpia first. 2 ship. Valid. This counts as a formation takeoff. Beautiful. Look how skillful these 2 pilots are. Unbelievable. Love it. Let's go. Oh, sorry, I said Harpia. It is for sure. 343 on the blue side. Sorry. So they're joining up and build the formation. You see the lamps. Especially when you fly in VR, you see F-18's anti-collision, very, very bright, and you can easily spot them and locate them. Definitely good when you're taking off in the night now, and try to go into formation, join up, and build that. And once you're visual and you're knocking in, then you're gonna hopefully turn off the lights, especially for F-18, to be difficult to recognize by the other side. So here we go. The last 2 ship, Onamosuke and Rossman. Let's take these guys. because everybody else is in front of them. Any prediction for this round? What do you think, guys? Is Harpia able to come back, let's say? Even though it is difficult to compare, because this is not exactly the same scenario. You have different setup of armaments, but it's also still 6v6. Nighttime, you can't be that visual. You just fly mostly instrumental. You need to rely your instruments. You need to rely your FCR in F-16 and SA pages on MFDs. So this way, not easy. But they need to. They need to be a bit more aggressive. Even though one of the 3 Phoenixes in the first pass, which were fired by F-14, just hit, and 2 other went for satellites, and the first disconnect, I would say it was a little bit of surprise for me. Phoenix flies by far higher than it used to, or she used to fly. Has almost the same range when you fire it in the high altitude, but in the low altitude and in the final phase, when it's active, it's very disappointing. So let's see where we are. Again, we see 2 tree ships with Cocoon 21 in JF-17 is still struggling to catch up. You know, the engines of JF-17 are not comparable to F-16, for example. I think it's also difficult here to just be quick. You see, probably he's burning. Yeah, he's burning, but still need to get closer. Or maybe it's the tactic that the second free ship is flying with, let me tell you, kind of 3 miles separation. And here we have also a formation which is probably set to be practical, because I can't find any name for it. Here we have the F-16 in the back, very high, 30,000 feet. On the right side, we have Derby, also high, over 33,000 feet. Left, Gentleman, 27,000 feet. And then in the center, we have Red and Katsu holding 27,000 feet and being followed by Pigeon, quite the same altitude. So very curious to see what this formation is utilizing. You see the area is very flat. Everything is happening in the desert between Abu Dhabi International, the capital city of United Arab Emirates, and Al Ain International, the capital city of one of the United Emirates. Flat area. This is the advantage that they have in the night. As I said, it would be difficult if they were confronting each other over high terrains. I want to see the Tomcat. Where is it? Do have Tomcat this time. Not on this side. And also not in this side. So this time no Tomcat. This is the change that we have. So here we have the 3 ships. And these guys also made to do the same. Here we have a little Tomcat on 343 side. JF-17 has a very good SA. But we see no Tomcat on each sides, probably because of the bad performance of the Phoenix in the first round, or it is just planned in advance. So I can imagine that we're gonna see the first fire from one of these guys. Okay. Starry Fox 9 is going down with the nose down. I don't expect that it's gonna fire. These guys is also too low. But still, the highest one is still Starry Fox 9. I think that because of the limitation in the number of missiles, we are not going to see any advantage between the F-18 and F-16 in that manner. So it doesn't matter if F-18 is firing the first one and spending the missile, or F-16, just because they have the same number of... Okay, we see here Papa No going into where inverts. Yeah, just because he wants to prepare the first shot and go into defensive very quickly. That's why he went into the invert, be able to go defensive very quickly. This shot is on Derby. Let's take that AMRAAM, see how it's going. It is going to the ground. Okay, but we have here another AIM 120 Charlie from Pigeon. Going on Starry Fox 9. Starry Fox 9 is already cold. So this AMRAAM is going nowhere and is no harm. And the one from Rossman, I think, is fired on, I believe, red. Too far, not doing anything. This SD-10 is more dangerous than AMRAAMs, even though this target is cold, because this target can go live at any time, go hot at any time. Sorry for the mishap, but you see, even though, because the range is too far, it's not going to be any harm. So we are having still the 6v6 while Harpia is happening very far away. So here they need to be more aggressive and come in, while 343 are working in a cloud and chainsawing and covering each other. Derby and Pigeon are too far away. Also, gentlemen, too far away, and leave Katsu alone here. And this way Katsu is cut down. You see, this is what happens when you leave one of your guys alone here with 2-3 others, and they have all the time and all the possibility to go many to one and just get into the advantage. So we see now a kind of probably unwanted wall built here, just because Golden and Derby are too far away. They're not coming in, and we see 120 here fired from Rossman onto red. See how it is doing. It's following red. You see red goes down. Red goes down. Try to notch it, but come on guys, you can't do it. Get close and help your guys. They need help. Fruitcake, there's no points for formation ingress, only for formation takeoff and formation landing. We had it in other ATO that we had that, but not in this one. So here, this is not doing anything, no juice, no harm, because Derby is already cold. So we have here still this 6-4 situation. Here we see a better shot, which is but going nowhere. PL5s are not good, and this SD10 is dangerous. This SD10 is dangerous. Very short distance. SD10 has longer burn time than AMRAAM, and because Rossmann didn't know that bandit is down, fires an AIM-7 on it, but this missile is wasted. So 6 on the blue side, 3 on the red side remaining. Pigeon is in trouble. Pigeon here is in trouble. And he has also a little bit of lag. He lags. Okay, he's already cold. What he needs to do is quickly go here and joins and go behind Derby and Golden to be on the safe side. We have one on Whip Boy. Is Hippo safe? Yes, he makes to pull down the missile into the ground because he goes very low. He goes to the deck and pulls the missile down, and this missile is no harm. Here we have 120 on Derby. Derby is good. Derby is flying in a beam position to this missile, so this missile needs to pull G. This missile needs to follow him. He goes fully cold, and this missile is not going to reach out and touch him. Here, Pigeon tries to pull into 4 at the same time. I don't know if he fires anything or just simply go in the back. Here goes this on him. I think he can't fly away. The missile is too fast, and even though it's come from behind and he's already cold, nothing happens. So we have also here one loss of blue side, but I don't think it's not a big matter. Papa No is between 2 targets here, flying into the missile. Let's take him. This is Papa 2 coming down, nose down a little bit, tried to get into a notch position because it didn't have the time to go cold, but the notch didn't work. He trusted the notch, but the notch didn't trust him. So here, same situation, this time also for red side, but this time Harpia is on the red side. 2 people. Oh no, this is a friendly fire. Golden firing on Derby. Even though it's no harm, it keeps Derby busy, and then Derby is out of the match for a couple of seconds. And here Whip Boy with those AIM-7 and Unamusuki with the AIM-120 make sure that Golden also is busy. Derby doesn't know where this missile is coming from. Probably Golden hasn't told him that he has fired on him because he probably didn't know, or he just didn't recognize it. So they are both with that and with that, they are in a defensive position. So 2 of these people are trailing 1 Harpia side. So they are try and keep firing missiles in a cold position, even though they know these missiles are not doing anything, just because they want to keep them cold. So this is a better missile, even though it's M9. My goodness, the M9 head-on from 4 nautical miles hits, and here Derby pulls off a good shot on Unamusuki to just keep him away from himself, to have a little bit of time to take care of the other guys. But this is effective. On the other side, Starry Fox 9 or Rossmann, one of them. Make sure that everything goes clear. 343 for me. Did very well. And now we can be witness of an RTB and landing. So this way, I'm gonna try to give you the best view I can from this tree ship. These guys will probably demonstrate a nice formation flight and then formation landing. We want to see and enjoy it. What a match. Let me play a little bit with Gamma for you guys. Let's see if it's better. Okay, he drops the pylons. Just to get lighter, to consume less fuel, because these guys have 80 nautical miles to fly back. He's still low, 6,000 something. Would be recommendable to go higher, but I can imagine that they have enough fuel to get back to the base. Guys, did you expect that? Okay, here we have the join up. Number 1 and number 2 has just turned out the lights so that Starry Fox 9 can find them. For whatever reason, he overshoots as if he hasn't seen. Maybe give them the signal that he's gonna take over the lead with those flares. He needs to turn on lights for the others also to be seen and to follow them. When your afterburners are out, you're not getting recognized. Now they go into the clouds, and it makes it a little bit difficult for the other two guys to find him. Let's give you this view. Let's see where we are. This is what you see as, oh yeah, Abu Dhabi on the left side and Al Zafra Air Force Base in front of you. Enjoy DCS lighting. The good news is we have the TAC view of the first round. So while these guys are getting back home, we can go through that TAC view very quickly and see what happens in the first round. And then we're gonna see the TAC view of the second round once these guys have RTB'd. Okay, let me share the TAC view screen with you. So we had Derby here. Started a little bit later. I'll make it a little bit faster. Here the first, the second, and third M54s getting fired. Red goes into defensive, and you see these Phoenixes come down on a target, and in the final term, once they do this maneuver, they go stupid. The second one reached out to Sunakukun and touched him. He was probably surprised. And before that, we saw here we had the disconnect here for Wita, which is really a shame. And here I think Suna-Cocoon was pretty much surprised by the Phoenix. I can imagine that it is also fired in a small size setting, so that it didn't give RWR for a longer period. So now we have the 4v6 situation. One is hit, one is disconnect here, which is pretty sad. And then here we have the AMRAAM exchanges between Derby and Papano. They well defend both AMRAAMs and ring gauge. Here for me, Katsu is far away, Gentleman is far away. As a part of a tactic, I don't know. Red does the Serpentine here and make sure that missile pulls G and is not a problem. Missile exchange again. Here we have another M54 on Starry Fox 9. He turns to him because it didn't have the RWR, but this was actually not tracking. And on the other side, Katsu got down, but these two AMRAAMs, F-14 is too heavy and too slow for AMRAAMs from this distance. And it all goes very fast. Here we lose Red, I believe, into the dive. He hits the ground. And this way we had the 3. This here. Nevertheless, the last Phoenix, which Katsu has fired before he was dead, was active in the final phase. And he was, I think, for Papa. No, it was from for Unamusuki from the beginning, but even though made to take it down. Wow. Okay, let's see what's happening on the other side. Let's go back to DCS. Here we have Starry Fox 9 over Leva base, losing altitude, but where are the other guys? We see here 2 other guys are going to Albatin, or what they're doing here, because the rules say they need to go for a formation landing, right? The question is, or is it a single landing? I'm not sure. Let me check. ATO6, the rules says formation landing at home base with minimum two ships. So what I can explain is why these guys went all this way and let Starry Fox 9 fly alone here. Do they have too much fuel? I don't know. Okay. Doesn't matter. We just enjoy the landings. Or maybe Starry is on Pioneer course and tries to mark something, give them a safe landing. I'm not sure. Yeah, he is marking something here, just letting them where the airfield is, just because, I mean, it should be easy for them to just see where they have started from on their RWR. And I don't see any other airports close to here that they may have mistaken. But there were probably, I assume, a little bit of confusion because they went for Albertine and then turned back, and I don't know. Now, places marked, I don't know if they are seeing that flare from that distance. It is about 45 nautical miles. They probably don't see that flares, but nevertheless, Starry Fox 9 is trying to make sure that these guys find the right airfield to land at. And he is going to prepare for the landing. The gears go out. 100 nautical miles, knots of speed, sorry, and descending. Speed is down to 150 knots. Altitude 500 feet and decreasing. 140 knots of speed and 137 knots of speed, 400 feet height from sea level, touchdown. Beautiful. He's safe and he can get back to the ramp and clear the runway for the other two guys to land also. Beautiful formation flight. Let me take the opportunity and shout out for our sponsors of the tournament. As you see the logos of those two sponsors on top left and right of the overlay, Fox 3 Solution Managed Solutions is a provider of ready to play DCS multiplayer service. If you need any, just check them out. And when you need any servers or any possibility for your team to fly in a private environment or to organize an event that are happening, these guys are there to offer you what they can do best. And the TACView is what you saw a couple of minutes ago. Very powerful tool for briefing, debriefing, and also live telemetry of the actions that you take while you're flying the milsims. It's not only working with DCS, also working with other simulators, and strongly recommendable. So, without those sponsors, it was not possible. The servers that fly at are coming from Fox 3 Managed Solutions. So we are these teams are flying this match on one of their servers. So thank you to them, and to TACView too. So we're gonna take a look at the TACView at the end. So don't go anywhere when we just go for a short break after the formation landing. We're gonna get back as soon as the TACView is available. The server need to be restarted or stopped so that the TACView file get recorded. That's why we need to wait. Grab a cup of tea, coffee, water, whatever you want, and come back and watch a TACView with me. This is the part that I like most, just because you see what you have done and what you could do better, and how everything were going. And we miss a lot of scenes just because I can't be everywhere and things happening at the same time. With the TACView, we have the chance to just play back and repeat as many times as we want and make sure that we have just captured everything. Just give you a little bit of engine sound in music to make sure you enjoy the scene. We're gonna hopefully enjoy a beautiful formation landing from the Japanese team 343KU. Here we have Rossman and Whip Boy. Landing gears are down. They need to go for the final turn. The no-go round. Starter Fox 9 is already on the taxiway and waiting. I hope they know where they need to land, because from my perspective, yeah, they go into the turn now. Very well. I want to make sure that it is not easy in the night. Even though you play your gamma high, it is not easy, so they want to have a straight line and not go on any risk. It is not easy to fly in the night. It is not easy to fly formation, and it's not easy to fly formation in the night and then also do a formation landing. So this is the high level. Both team did very well. I give kudos to both teams. They're very skillful. The things affecting the performance, it is late in the night in Japan, early in the morning in Brazil. So congratulations to both teams. Very well. If I need to pick one team in that sense, I think T43 did a better job. At least the result says that. Without knowing what happened in the teams, we had disconnects, we had also some other mishaps. At the end, this is how it is. Enjoy this formation landing on 343 KU. Well performed. Very well done, gentlemen. The landing is valid once these guys leave the runway, go on a taxiway without crashing. So we need to wait till they slow down and continue moving to the first exit and leave the runway. Here we have a taxiway on the left side. We take the first taxiway, and this turn on the ground is also no problem for this gentleman. Well done. As I said, we're gonna have a short TAC view session for about 5 minutes at the end. Rossman and Whipboy are in the formation landing element. We had a question from the chat. If you like DCS and you're not flying, download it. It's free. You have 2 free airframes to fly and start with and learn how to fly and learn the simulation itself, and then you can get whatever airframe you like when you're a bit more advanced and try to get skills. Find a team, find a squadron. There are a lot out there from different nationalities, different regions. If you're interested in these kind of competitive flying, talk to squads. You find them on ED forum, also on Discord, Facebook. They're very active, and they're always looking for talented pilots, the sense of willingness to learn and the activeness. This is what is important. You can learn to fly, how to fly, but you need to bring the discipline and the love to fly with you. Very well done. Great. Okay, so I send you to a short break. Stay with us. We're gonna get back with the TAC view session. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Command 556, fly heading 040, maintain 16,000, report field in sight. Bandit 02, follow the F-14, cleared for visual overhead approach, runway 24, contact the tower at 60, me at 3000.
نتیجه درگیری رو بده. میشنوی؟
Alpha Bravo from 207.
13 miles. Fox 1, Fox 1.
Oh, Jesus. Go 20. Okay, please. Copy both flags.
So, we're back again. I mean, I'm back again. And I have special guest here together with me in the virtual studio. The one and only Starry Fox 9. Welcome,
Hello,
gentlemen.
guys. Hello.
What a nice fight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is, we really enjoyed it. We are having both tag views. We just watched the first one very quickly with the audience. But it is good to just go over it once again together with you and see how you guys feel and let's say saw that from your perspective, and then jump into the tag view of the second round if you don't mind. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. It's here.
Perfect. Okay, so let me here share my screen with you because we have a delay in the stream that you can see what I'm seeing here in the live.
Okay.
So that you
No.
can see what I'm talking about. Just because those audience are listening to us with 60 seconds delay, I didn't want
Okay.
to interrupt the stream. So you can see what I'm seeing. So we go very quickly through that. So let me know. There was a disconnect, I think, on your side. Is that
Yeah,
right?
bit disconnected by network problem.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
This is also an issue when you're connected from far away, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And then we had here, I think it was Vita, right?
Beta,
Vita
yes.
disconnected with in F-16. So you guys were flying in three ships. Sorry. What was the thought behind that? So what was the plan here from your side?
We just made a box formation, and what we need is sometimes save a missile, and we have a high ground. That's it.
Okay, so you wanted to save missiles.
Yeah, save missile.
Okay, it was
That's why we're making a box
it was the
formation.
plan. It was the plan.
It was a plan. Yes, it was a plan.
Even though you had so many F-18s and
Yes.
unlimited loadout. Okay.
Well, most of us doesn't have 10 AMRAAMs, just 6 AMRAAMs and 3 tanks.
Yeah. Okay, you can never save enough. But
Yes.
at some point of time, you need to expend also those missiles. We saw here the long shots. I think it was in that run exactly. Katsu from Harpia side fires 2 AIM 54s. Interestingly, these were the C types and 47, so 47C, but they flew long range, and at the end, also surprising for Sunukukun, right?
Yes, Nekakan.
I can imagine that Harpia or Katsu fired them in small target. So probably Sunukukun haven't had a long RWR time. So you
Yes.
see here, we need to pause here and see the distances. So we have here 10 miles, and then we can see when Sunukukun goes into defensive. So we have now 7 miles. He has still no reaction. Yeah, 5 miles gets the RWR and then inverts instantly, but it is not enough time to do that.
Yes.
Right. So they have probably shot this in small setting. So for the ones who haven't flown Tomcat, you can set the target size to small, normal, and big, or large, let's say.
Rush.
Depending on what target you're firing at. If you're firing on a bomber or an airplane or cruise missiles, you need to do so. And with that, you change the terminal phase time of the missile. So it tells the missile you go active at certain distance. And when you choose the small target size, then the warning or the activation of missile happening around 5 nautical miles before the impact. And this way, it's gonna be a surprise. So with that, you guys were only 4.
Only 4, yes.
Only 4
Only
from
4.
now on. Okay. And what was the thoughts when you saw, okay, you lost one to a Phoenix, you lost Vita to disconnect. How do you, because it is very important for the young pilots. You're
Yes.
very skillful. You're also a veteran, but people say, how do big teams deal with these kind of situations?
Oh, that's that.
Hi, Derby. Welcome.
Sorry, I'm late.
A pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
We're watching the TAC view from the first round. Before we go to the second round, the audience and I just had a look to the first round together, but we're repeating that because it is important when you guys are here present. The only thing that we saw here, before I go into that, I wanted to congratulate both of you for the good match. I think we just offered a very solid and nice confrontation here in the ACES tournament. 2 big teams. For me, the absolute final. And we just took a look at the first shots from your side with the 2 Phoenixes of Katsu. And you were successful to take down one of the 343 guys with that. And they had also one disconnect. So we are in a situation that they are ingressing with 4. They're faster. They're over the bullseye. And you guys are ingressing with 6 guys. And I was asking Starry Fox 9, what are the thoughts of a skillful and, let's say, experienced team when they are down to 2 versus Harpia?
Well, it's my opinion. Harpia is also experienced squadron. Like Davi he's absolutely veteran. So when 2 of us down same time, I was like, oh, I'm die. Thank you forever. But what we have to do is shut down all the enemy and keep alive. So I just said just to concentrate for our job. That's it. Then how can I say? Just I didn't let my teammates give up.
Yeah, sure.
Just
You
stay-
need to
just
keep the
stay
moral
fighting.
high. Yeah. Are you
Yes.
trying to just get together and operate closer to each other when you get into these kind of situations?
It is one of my plan. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Derby, we just had the topic with Starry Fox 9 and was asking what was this strategy in the beginning. They decided to go into box just because they wanted to save missiles, even though they had 4 F-18s, right? And unlimited loadout. What was the strategy from the Harpia side? What do you guys wanted to do?
First of all, we tried to make the Phoenix work, so we put Katsu in a situation where he could shoot the Phoenixes and be effective with it. And after that, we thought, okay, the Phoenix are more of a confusion weapon, so we want to make the enemy react to the Phoenix, and we all collapse into the enemy after they are done defending. So we would be in a higher state of energy or in a better position. But 343 reacted well. We had a few problems internally as well. A few pilots didn't look to their altimeter, so they hit the ground and stuff like that. So after the first death from Harpia, I think we lost a little in our communication, and that's why I think 343 had a
Yeah.
great comeback
Yeah.
from that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
what I'm concerned about, I think it's what that was a gentleman. That's F-18 pilots.
Mhm.
He separated the too much from your flight.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's so when he turned to me, he also he was really late to fire missile. So that's why I got
Mhm.
killed.
Yeah, we
We
can
thought
see it. We can see it very clearly here, and I think it was exactly as you said, a factor. Yeah.
Yeah, we say to him to be aggressive, but I think he was too aggressive and got into a situation that he
Yeah.
couldn't defend it there.
Yeah. But I told the audience, it is not easy, and it is also not easy to fly these kind of rounds when it is raining, when you're under the clouds and you have low visibility and airdrops and everything's. It is difficult, and this is what happens. You see a little bit of unconcentration. You guys probably fired that in a small size target, right? Small target
I
size.
think so, yeah.
So Sunukokun was totally surprised because he got the warning, the RWR warning within 5 nautical miles. He was high, he
Yes.
was fast, and he didn't make to go into proper.
So when he got shut down, he was like, "Huh, shinda," like this.
Yeah, but I can remember this happened to us when we were playing versus you in Setal 3 years ago. There was a very short distance between two airfields, so I barely pull up my gears. I had a Phoenix from you, and I said, "What? I just extracted my wheels. What was that?" So it is a surprise effect. That's it. So yeah. So this way you just go in. I see here what I just noticed here that two of guys, mostly gentlemen and golden, were too far away from the happenings, and this way, wherever 343 was, they were in outnumbering position.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so they took blue side one by one, many to one, let's say. So because there were many to one in every situation, and that's I don't know how what was happening on your side there, but you were probably communicating. You can reveal a little bit of those internal secrets, why you guys didn't make to just get closer to each other and cover, because you see here golden is too far away. He can't cover you in case you haven't fired that amram. Papa no was gonna be a danger here, can't follow you, and then probably be also successful here if you haven't fired that amram. But for my taste, I'm also not the best pilot, but for my taste, golden and gentleman are a bit far away from the happenings here.
Yeah. On our takeoff, I underestimate the effect of the wind there. I had to.
Oh yes.
respawn.
Oh yes. Oh yes. As it happened, I said,
that-
okay, there are the side winds there. Yeah, and F-16 is very sensitive to that.
And that added to the confusion on our side. Usually, I have enough time to coordinate the openings, but this time
Yeah.
I did my best job.
You had also a
that had-
disconnect. I mean, this all comes together, and there are mishaps, there are conditions that you didn't count with. You get surprised, there are wind and everything. You just jump into the aircraft and start, and you have your mind somewhere else, and it happens. And sometimes, but you because you were not, you were still on the ground. You could take another airframe. I think this was also the reason why your guys flew a little bit slower, so you can catch up. Here is exactly the situation what I say. So gentlemen, for whatever reason, I was waiting for an action here from him. Said, okay, this should have a cause that he's going flank, but he just continued that. At some point it was so far away from you guys and you couldn't help him. I don't know what was the turnout of this situation here, but at this time I was a little bit worried about gentleman.
We told him, be aggressive. You are on your own.
Mhm.
but I think he was too unaware of his position to the rest of the team. He was supposed to
Yeah.
flank and collapse, so 340 couldn't do any to have nowhere to run. Like we would try to collapse over 343, and a gentleman overextended there, and he was in a different tempo of myself that I was supposed to do the other thing. That
Yeah,
but
it was
yeah,
really a
that
pity.
happens.
Yeah. So
We
this-
didn't have Starry at all there on data link.
Mhm.
Like, oh, surprise!
But there were MXs there, right? Yeah. Okay, but
Yeah,
he
that's-
was low. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
far away. He, you know how
Low and not-
F-16 data link working at the moment. It's not reliable, and this
Yeah.
way, 343, let's say, made to make a 4v4 situation out of 4v6, which was very surprising to us and the audience. And here we had the exchange between Golden and Papa No. Papa No is more successful here.
He said
was
that
it
he
from
didn't
Onamosuke?
receive any warning, but
Yeah.
After that, we thought, the missile went below your jet. It was your blind spot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here he should have had the warning at
This time,
the
yeah.
at this time, because the distance is not so far.
Yeah,
So from the
for
time
whatever
of
reason, he said
yeah.
that he didn't receive the warning, and
Okay.
like, the missile probably went toward
hmm.
your jet.
Yeah.
He should receive the warning there. Yeah.
Unfortunate. Yeah. If everything has been working well with DCS, it should have received a warning. Okay. At this here, from now on, you don't receive any warning because you have your belly into the missile. But till there, you should have had. Maybe he thought the missile is trash because he's not getting any warning. I don't know. So
Yeah.
this way, this is what I was saying. Here we have 2 versus 1. They do the job, go to the next, and one by one. And again, okay, Katsu F-14. We don't expect him to get close. We don't expect him to get low. He's doing a good job. He had 1 kill. He cannot really help a lot here in the front line. But we had the solid shot here. It didn't work because Papa No was cold already, and was also fast 1.1 Mach, and did the serpentine at the end, and this way.
Oh, he killed those both.
Yes.
Nice. Good job.
So that was unexpected for me, even for me.
I was like, this guy's not going to shoot me because Golden shot him first. I'm like, oh, he's defending. So I'm
Yeah.
going to press. And the missile went blimping in my RWR. Like, oh shit, no.
So sometimes
That
our
caught me.
pilots do something unexpected, even for flight read.
Yeah, here you see,
Yeah, that
and
works.
this way he fires. Papa No fires on Golden, goes into the dive, and he has Derby in front of him. It's okay. Why I don't take him also with me? So let's take him also with me. And then he has a missile. He's already on the way to go defensive. He's a bit of luck, but also a good situational awareness. It pays out, right?
Yeah, he does.
Then it is a 4v2 situation. Tomcat is not the best airframe to get close and to get low, and F-18 has
So-
not that advantage to the F-16.
So
And-
here is a turning point. When I heard that visit, then I order my mates to push them, just push them,
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because-
When you're
because-
raiding.
because I know Davi is one of the leader and he's taking the lead.
Mm,
That means HRP lost a flight read this time. So I thought we can take them out so easily.
mhm.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
That's
and
why.
everything went fast, and we see here, okay, Katsu was too high. Okay, his job is staying high, but when I get so close, I tend to come a little bit lower.
I think he underestimated the
Yeah,
inland that
the
was shot at
distance.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at the end, he got that AMRAAM, but his AIM-9, which is fired last minute, has also did the job and took Onamusuke. Am I pronouncing
So-
right?
And
Onamusuke?
Yeah, Unamusuke. Yes, it's
Yeah.
correct. So
Red
I have
said
a
that
question.
he was watching the RWR and forgot to turn to avoid the ground.
So I have a question for you, David.
ahead.
Can I ask about Let? The Let when I shot him before he crashed, I think his speed was too low, like Mach 0.5. What
We
happened?
can go
to him?
back to it.
Yes,
To
Please.
whom exactly? To Derby?
Let. This time, look at the Let. After this,
Red. Okay. Mhm.
Let. Yes.
yeah.
After this defending,
Okay.
you can
After
see
his
his. Yeah, you can see his speed is like a too low, like a 0.5.
Mhm.
I
it's
don't
open.
know. I don't know what he did there.
So I thought like, is he out of fuel or something? It should be not.
I
I
have
no
a
idea
question
how
for
he
you.
survived
Are you watching the other the opponent's speed while you're flying?
that. He can on
Yeah,
the
look at this.
F-18.
Look at this. Mach 0.5. It's really low. So
You can
I
on
saw
the
It's
like,
amazing. It's amazing.
yeah.
I saw like, I think he's out of fuel. I think.
No, he's
Could
not. He's not. He had
no,
enough fuel.
he's
I
accelerating. You
think
see that he's accelerating.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
think
He's
So
really
not-
low.
yeah.
maybe got too scared about the ground or something, and he didn't pay
Ah.
attention to the speed there. He was defending. He did a not great, but a decent job defending that MRAM, and I think by that altitude he couldn't see anything, and that's really disconcerting for a pilot. You can't see at all what's below you. I know for myself when I was defending and I had to turn towards a cloud. I was like, oh my god, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
the clouds play the weather played a big role in this engagement. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the hardness, as I told everyone. It's not easy to fly these kind of competitions, and then the weather situations plays also a big role
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So let's move to the second one.
Next.
Let me download it quickly.
Okay, then I'm gonna eat my chicken. While you
Yeah,
downloading.
you have 2 a.m. right there, right?
It's the my chicken is so cold, like it's ice.
Enjoy it.
Uh,
Okay, so here we go. So this time Persian Gulf. Fujairah, Neva.
so 343 prime is the same as last time.
Yeah, you were
Just to
flying
make-
also the same formation.
Yes, information.
The big question here from me and maybe some audience was, what kind of formation was that, Derby? What you guys wanted to do here? Because I
We
could
want to-
recognize here a 3 ship in the middle. Okay, 2 flanks, and what was the role for Golden?
Golden was misplaced there.
Okay,
He was supposed to be closer to the middle, so we had a strong middle, and me and gentleman again doing the
okay,
flank.
it makes sense that you guys
he followed
flank.
me
Okay,
instead.
okay.
Now,
Again, that's adding to the confusion. I was having issues with DCS, saying that my client was tainted, and I had to relog again and again and again. I was like, oh my god, what's going on?
We thought you have disconnect or something, but we didn't know it was about the game issue.
Yeah,
he
Yeah.
just went to sleep.
It's time.
Gentlemen,
What's that?
gentlemen went to 3.
What's wrong?
Hey, Russman,
はい。はい。
welcome.
What's wrong?
はい。Stop talking. 原版。
It's not the
We-
real one.
That's good.
Don't worry. I didn't say everything.
Hey, Rosman.
So
Oh,
don't worry.
Oh,
I didn't say everything. So I'm not hiding what we need. So don't worry.
he told us.
Okay, we have the
I'm-
same situation here with gentleman.
oh,
Yeah, again, he's doing something that wasn't expected for him.
But
from him.
but this round was even worse because it was even night, right? So
Yes,
okay, but this time it was not that dangerous because Star Fox 9 was turning back just because I think somebody like Katsu, I think, or who was that to fire that aim 120 on him? Here, Pigeon fired
Yes,
on
Pigeon.
him. He just recognized the danger out of him for Katsu or Gentleman, and just he just spent those missile and practically saved your guy's life, kind of. So this is probably a precious and very valuable shot of the first round, or the first
Yeah.
pass. Yeah. Well invested.
And
Okay, so-
all happened so fast there on this round. I was like, the beginning of it, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, how did we lose 2 pilots already?
Yeah, correct. No, this is for me the advantage of being compact, just because you can also be a threat while you're coming and going, right? When you're traveling left and right, you can also be a threat for the left or the right side of the opponent when they're so far from each other. So had some advantages, some disadvantages, but I think here the clue was that you guys here in the 343 side always outnumbering the other side just because you're very close together. They had longer travel time, which I didn't understand why the travel times are so long. You need at some point of time notice that this missile is no harm to you and turn back and help you guys. When you're traveling all the time in a, let's say, defensive position like we have here, the 3 guys here are defensive already, and the 3 ones who are ingressing, they are so far away, and people like Rossman, people like Papa knows that, recognize it, chase you, and get to you. So this is what I was really surprised by. And then you see here when you lose one here, we lost Katsu here, who just decided to fly F-16 this time instead of Tomcat. Why that
Yes,
decision? Why no F-14 this round?
Because I was having issues with DCS, and DCS was telling me that I had some texture of the Tomcat texture was corrupted.
Oh god. Okay.
I said,
Ah.
okay. For the 3rd time, I tried to log into the DCS, and again disconnected me. Like, okay, Katsu, we
Okay,
can't
let's
have
do
Tomcat right
Falcon.
now. So
Okay.
we changed him last minute to avoid that.
To be honest, the
Ah.
kill with the Phoenix was good, but as you guys know, Tomcat is not a competition aircraft anymore. It is
Yeah.
my opinion.
He
The
loves-
Phoenix
he loves Tomcat,
seems so nerfed. Yeah.
We let him do his thing.
And then here we lose Red to Rossman's under 20.
That was really unexpected. I was like,
Again,
what?
a weird behavior of aim 120. Look at that.
He tried to notch, right?
Yeah, I think he tried to knock the missile required too close, and he had no chance there. He was instructed to go cold and play safe, and he decided to go for the notch. That's on him.
It looks like he's really far from a way to notch master.
Yeah,
Or everyone is same.
I think Gentleman lost SA there totally because he just flew towards the enemy.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah, he didn't really saw Senoko Kun is coming so high.
Yes.
And Sunako-kun was in Jeff, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's Jeff.
Yeah, he sees everything. He's a little AVAX, sees everything, and this is obvious, but this was here a miscalculation of distance and altitude, and you get here surprised.
Yeah.
And I think he didn't know from where the missile come, and he thought it's coming from somewhere here, from Rossman. He has enough time. He doesn't need to go into kind of split us or something. He can just manage the missile the other way, and it got surprised. This is what I think. And then it went fast. Derby and Golden, Pigeon 3 versus 6, and it's hard.
I think
It's very
Pigeon
hard.
gets AQ there, and I was telling Golden to regroup, but he kind of panicked, and we ended up separating ourselves from each other.
We missed a couple of pilots of yours today. Trigger, where is he?
Trigger.
Like I said before to Alpha Whiskey, people still traveling. They're just starting to go back to their normal lives, and people are still missing from our team.
So we saw new pilots. I didn't know. I didn't know Golden. I think
Golden
Pigeon.
is new. We are training him. Pigeon and Gentleman, they are a little older, but they have not that much experience in tournaments.
Okay.
They fly, they train, but training is one thing, and playing in the tournament is another thing. So
yeah, sure. Tournament is totally different. When I remember my first, the very first match in the tournament about 5-6 ago, I don't know, about 6 years ago, you get a stress you can't describe. You're such a stress. So it is always very important to just jump into the tournament and do scrims and go on and stress and get prepared for the matches. And then this way it was easy. You guys decided to just come in. That's why probably you just shout out internally, said, guys,
now
let's
they
go
have
get him.
2-1, so they can press and just keep everyone. Every time I was pointing my nose towards someone to get a radar fix on them.
Exactly. And you know how good 343 can grinder. They are grinder master. So you see here, you have a 2v1 situation here. You have a 1v1 here, but this is also turning into the 3v1 all of a sudden here, because they make sure with the 2 missiles that they fire, they keep you busy. So they fire a missile for you, they take you busy, and then they go all 3 like piranhas on Pigeon, make the job here, and you're still busy with that missile, and here these 2 guys have all the time to decide where to go.
My other BR was showing weird angles for the missiles. I was like, that's why you see me rocking my wings all the time. Like, how is this missile coming in front of me? The missile that's behind me right now. Like, is this missile really at my nose?
When you have missiles from different directions and you're also turning, you don't know what missile is what. So where is the missile that you were defeating, and where is the new missile which is shot on you? So you get confused, and this missile symbol is jumping and warping from one side of the RWR to the other side. It's confusable. It's confusing.
There was one moment that 343 shot 2 missiles towards me. I don't know which pilots, but there was two missiles. I think it's a little ahead of this time. But there was 2 missiles. I noticed that they were going to shoot 2 missiles. Okay, I'm going to turn cold instead of trying to notch. But one missile was like right behind me, and the other was coming towards me in front. I was like, this makes no sense. There's no pilots in my front.
Hey, Starry, how much did you pay Golden to fire this friendly fire?
How
much did you pay him? He kept Derby busy. He kept Derby busy with that missile.
This makes no sense.
Well, I'm gonna give him Japanese traditional things or something. I
He's
think
a
I
trainer.
should give him a sushi or something.
Yeah, cool.
That missile, look at that. I was turning towards him. I was like, okay, I need to help him. And the missile was
Yeah.
like at my front, like, no, there's no way.
And you don't know how much time this missile was traveling because you don't know from whom it's coming. Probably he
Yes.
didn't tell you that he has fired on friendly, so you think, oh, it is enemy's missile, so it should be fast, it should be hard. If you knew that it has been fired from this distance and you were cold, you would probably ignore that at this point
Yeah,
of time and try to
maybe-
turn. Yeah.
To give him some credit, maybe he shot at Stary, but DCS does DCS things, and the missile
Yeah.
didn't acquire Stary and acquired me instead. That's
Yeah, we have this
one
third
possibility.
party perspective of everything. We don't know what is happening in the cockpits, and we don't know the communication. We are just blind. But that is what we just saw here. So,
yeah.
and you see here, we have 2v1 on this side, 2v1 on this side. Nevertheless, you guys made to just also kill, I think, one here. You took down Papano. So it is not easy, but at the end, 2v1, once here on top and here in button of
At
the
this moment,
of
it
the
was
map,
5 versus
and,
1.
or five. Yeah, that we had also a 5 versus 1 situation, and yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him, okay, Golden, you need to get closer so I can help you. You help me to clear the bandits and get back to the fight. It was like, there's so many missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
He panicked.
So let me see.
I can't blame
here.
him. It's his first competition.
We have you need to also know that for the audience which are not flying maybe any tournaments, you have the bubble also. Here you can say, okay, Golden, come to me and I come to you and I fire on your targets and you fire on my targets, but there is a bubble here. You don't have all the place that you want, so at some point of time you need to turn back. You can't run away as far as you want, and then exactly this is what you do. You fire on the other side, but then it is difficult. It's difficult, very difficult in this 3v1 situation. When the
Yeah.
missiles are going pincer, you have no chance. And the other thing happens. You guys probably reached the end of bubble somewhere here, so you needed to turn.
I didn't
also.
get the warning, but I think we were close. Yeah.
Yeah, you were close, and this is how it ended. Oof. I think it
I
was
really-
the...
I-
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
Go, no,
I
go
feel
ahead.
really, I feel really sorry that's David got the friendly fire.
Yeah.
Very sorry.
It happens. It
It happens. It's just a game. It's just a game. I think we just entertain also this way. It's fun entertainment. But I know that you guys and every other teams train very hard for these moments. But it is important to just learn out of the mistakes. But all in all, it's just a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the end of the day, we had fun there. Even I think we lost, but even then, we all had fun and we all ended up laughing afterwards. So that's the most important part. 343 played very well. They, as you said, they played, I think, the correct way. We made some mistakes there, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely, and it was really a privilege to stream this match. I think it was also the longest stream that I had with the interview. Thanks that you just give us the time and then hopped into the voice channel and have the interview with us. It is also thing that we didn't do this season. Probably we can consider that for the next season, especially for the let's say elimination rounds. that we just get those valued interviews and also the point of views from your side. So thanks. I know it is very late in Japan. It's early in the morning in Brazil.
It is.
But thanks again for the time. And I hope that we have the opportunity to just fly any soon in the other context. So very heartfelt thank you to you guys and have a good time. And also to the people in the chat and in the live stream. Thanks for joining. Don't miss the next second semifinal. It was supposed to be tonight in 3 hours, but I have heard that we have a very short term rescheduling. Probably it's going to happen in the middle of the week. What day, I don't know yet. We need to communicate that. I'm going to post in the Discord server and also on my Twitch channel that you get informed of the next live stream, the second semifinal between the PTF and sharpshooters, and then we know who is going to face 343 in the final round. So with that, thanks and have a good time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Is the stream over?
Just a sec.